Wrestling Podcast brings to you us. It's me. It's me. It's that MaTT. And riding with me, as always, is this guy to the right of me.
Scotty knows a lot.
Scotty says he knows wrestling, but
Scotty knows a lot about nothing.
So Scotty knows a lot about things that
who cares? That no one cares about. That's why this makes this great, interesting content, because casual brothers talking shit about wrestling, not giving two shits about it. What, we're a week away from Crown Jewel, Matt?
We are 5 days away?
5 days away.
But we're broadcasting here on Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at noon. I unfortunately will be a day removed from surgery, so let's see how fucked up my day is that day trying to watch that shit.
Right. I don't know if I'll be on my respite, so I probably won't be watching that either. That'll be fun. But Roman Reigns was there and had some garbage matches.
I mean,
yeah, it was, as I would put it, more Vince-esque. And
it did feel like Vince was running that show last night, didn't it?
It did a lot, and I was like, I scratched my head a lot of times, going, "What in the hell?" Doing. You had Nikki Cross return last week, and their brand new looked like they are off the.
And then she came out looking like, I don't know. Then she came out looking. Oh, my bad. Oh, there we
go. So, yeah, she came out looking like a crazy psycho bitch last night, and I don't know. Maybe I was watching it. Maybe I was in a different mood. Last night, just we opened with Belair making her way to the ring for a match against Nikki Cross.
Well, here's my deal. I share this opinion with a lot of people. I think it's time for Bianca to be done carrying around that strap.
Yep.
It needs to be Bayley. Bayley would be a much bigger draw, in my opinion. I just hope that they're not making Bianca hold on to that championship until Charlotte returns, because I just feel that wouldn't be anything that. It wouldn't be a smart way to book that.
I don't think so either. I think I'm not convinced that Charlotte Flair is going to come back in the at first. I hope she doesn't come back like everybody else is saying she's going to come back. I hope that doesn't happen.
The idea that I've been saying for the last month, and finally TikTok's going, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that idea. Yeah. I just don't think that's a good.
I've been saying it for months. It's the OC. She will be part of the OC. AJ Styles mixed match partner, and she's got beef with Rhea. It's done. It wrote itself.
It did, but I just think, I don't want to say this. He's almost like a Seth Rollins. Don't say anything, but let me. It's almost like a Seth Rollins. The fact that love her, people hate her. You're either a heel or you're a face. And I mean, you can love her. Great, she's great talent. She's great. Her legacy is great. It's just, yes, I guess I'd have to see it play out. Right, she does have beef. So, it'd be the great pick. It'd be the wise draw. Yes.
Yeah.
But I hope they don't put her in. Like you said, they're going to put her in intergender. And I just hope they don't bury her. They're going to bring her back. Bury her.
What? No, I'm the guy who absolutely can't stand Charlotte's afraid of that they're going to bury her.
I see stuff like when you put her in with a match like that of magnitude, that I think, I don't know. I'm talking about I don't know.
No, I was kind of caught me by surprise because you were the leading person when it comes to
I can't stand
Charlotte
her.
hate.
I can't stand her.
I
And
mean, she is by far one of the best in-ring performers that
she
we
is.
have.
She is.
I'd much rather have her than Ronda Rousey at this point. Ronda Rousey talks out of her ass, and she sounds absolutely fucking dumb.
Right, and that's the thing. Maybe it's not the character. Maybe it's not her that I hate. It's the way they book. It's the way they use her. It's not her. It's not. It's not her fault. It's the way they used Flair in the past. There's some.
Well, I mean, it's because of her dad.
So we had that match. Of course, Belair won that match, but the got involved.
Yeah, the
Bailey
damage control.
Damage control got involved. Bailey took Belair out. Blah, blah. It was a good match. But again, you're gonna have Nikki Cross come back. It's gonna be her first match back, and you have her lose.
Well, here I was listening to Morning Mayhem this morning over on TikTok with Dad 316 and Dawn, and it was the topic of Asuka and Alexa Bliss tag team was brought up, and it feels like, and I agree with Dad 316 on this 100%, is he made the comment that it felt forced. That tag team just feels like they forced them to do it. It wasn't something that happened organically. You know what I mean? And because they're two opposite style of teams, like they're not the same style of wrestling.
Right.
And it just doesn't. I mean, organically, it just doesn't seem like. I don't know.
I was confused last night. I think that was the wrong. I mean, that last match was a great match, bang. I just think that was wrong. I think that was wrong to take the belts off of women's tag team on Asuka. They are two different people. They are two different. They don't fit together. It's weird. And then how do you take damage control, which seems so powerful, since SummerSlam? Now it feels like they're dismantling them.
I don't think they're dismantling. I think they're getting ready for. See, the tag teams, if you look in the past, tag teams, they're outside of the Usos and the New Day. How often do the titles switch hands? A lot. So a tag team title is kind of one of those things that they play hot potato with it. Like a team will have it for a few weeks, and then, oh, okay, here you go. We'll give it to the face, and then at the next pay-per-view or at Survivor Series, Damage Control will get it back, or something along those lines. It'll change hands quite, especially the women's tag team division. Just
I was watching
all over the place.
I was watching the same show at Monday Mayhem. I don't know if you popped off after. They did mention that they were like, it's almost like the women's tag team belts are a joke, almost, because you never see them much defended on a pay-per-view. Always, it seems like they're always on like Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. They're always on the show. And so, how much credibility does Triple H or whoever's put on those belts? Like, how much do they hold? I mean, they think of those belts as important. No.
Well, so fantasy booking, real quick for me. WWE needs to go to one overall champion. They were on the they were on their way to doing that when they unified them, right? They were on their way to doing it. They should have kept it to one. If you're gonna do it, do it. Not two belts, one WWE championship belt, that's your champion. And make sure the person who has that excuse me, championship is going to appear on both shows. You have to make sure that happens because that way both networks, because that you have one on Fox and one on USA. I think the WWE really screwed that up when because they're owned by two different companies. But each show needs to have the champion. I don't care if he's cutting a promo or wrestling. He needs to be there every week.
Okay? I agree. I 100% agree.
And then you get rid of the 24/7 championship. If any of them championships are a joke, get that one. That one just needs to go away. Go throw it in the trash. It's gone. No more of that. And then, like they touched on, the other ones need to be, I feel, defended every pay-per-view. Because it used to be if you don't defend your championship in 30 days, it can be stripped from you, right?
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
They don't have that clause anymore, or either that or it's been just thrown out the window. I mean, put credibility on your championships, make them prestigious again, and go to one championship, not two. And same thing with the tag team division. I think the tag team division's really watered down because of it.
Right. No, 100%. It is. You're right, because and then you get these. I know we're bouncing all over the place, and we're not following the match card, but that's a good point. Because now you got these matches, like the dumbest match that they had last night was with Riddle and
it's a filler match. It was Riddle and Otis in a fucking trick or treat match.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Jack Lerner that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I hate those gimmick matches. And I get it, it's Halloween, but bullshit. If you're gonna produce a show that is top tier quality shit, and I think you have so many things that you have to fill with at a 3-hour show. Let's put a damn match out there. Get pumpkins on their head, and you trick or treat candy all over the place. That's bullshit. That is not Triple H. That to me felt like Vince show. Again.
Well, Vince started that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So
it doesn't work,
and you don't have any credibility on your championship. I don't. It's just you're right. They need to go back, defend it at every paper. I don't give a what pay per view. There should be championship belts. Defended. What good?
That's why I think that's what made AEW good or better at the beginning of their conception, because you had the AEW champion, the AEW women's champion, the tag champions, and the TBS or the TNT champion. That's 4 championships for a roster their size, and for one show a week. That's perfect. Now over with WWE, you have an Intercontinental champion who is a bad mother. I mean, Gunther is just
ruthless.
Awesome. He's what a champion should be, like defending it pretty much every week and beating the shit out of people. Then you have the U.S. champion, who Seth Rollins appears every week on, and then some sort of segment. Champion. Roman Reigns he shows up on one show a week typically. The only reason he showed up on Raw is because SmackDown this coming week was probably taped directly after. And I mean,
SmackDown, I read reports, SmackDown was taped last Friday after the SmackDown show. The results are out there if you want to go Google.
No, I'd rather watch it and be a mark about it. I'm not gonna.
They're out there. Everybody on the internet, they're out there. And from what I read, Both shows
So,
sucked as far as a show before pay-per-view.
so the go home, the absolute final go home show was garbage.
No, I didn't see the taping. I just read the results, and nothing really happened.
Well, it shouldn't. I mean, nothing major should happen, but I mean, it should be an interesting show. Maybe after going for 2 hours on Friday, the guys in the back weren't feeling very oozy.
But no, Roman did show up last night, and he was there for a matter of 5 minutes. Made reference to Logan Paul having nails or whatever in his fist.
Oh, he's got a screw in his hand,
and they're hyping that up big time. So which tells me, and I hope to God, because they've been talking about that screw in his hand that it's going to knock Roman out, blah blah, and then Miz shows up, and I was like, this is so thrown together. Another segment, in my opinion, because I told you on the phone, I just felt it was thrown together. I felt like I get where they're bringing Miz because he had some beef with Paul, blah blah blah, and the trade he tried to make with Roman Reigns about, hey, if you help me get rid of, and Roman Reigns gets pissed and says, I don't know why you're da da da, and Matt punches him, and that's just, to me, that segment was even off. Watch that segment, but that segment to me was a little, I don't know.
Yeah, it was I'm screenshotting a couple things. I'm gonna send it over to you because I think that you'll get a.
No, so I just, all around the show was not as good as I thought it could be. A lot of looked like a lot of stuff thrown. Reigns. I mean, I'm a Reigns guy. Everybody's seen. I mean, I know I'm going to catch heat. I think Roman, one of the best things right now. I don't think that this is the time that he gets beat, but I have a feeling that they're going to have him get beat over in Saudi Arabia. That's just my opinion. I hope it's not right. I hope I come home Monday or whatever and I'm wrong. But I would not be shocked if Roman Reigns gets knocked out on those.
Yeah, I think it's
Are those vital to the show?
What?
Are those? Did you send me over something vital to the show?
Well, something that you might want to just look at.
All right, fill the feed, man.
So Sammy's. I'm just gonna say I'll show you what I came across. That's been floating around for a while, right there. You guys, Sami Zayn posted these earlier. Hold on. And then that one. And then Vanilla Ooth. I mean, come on. The Oozy fruit was probably the best one. I've seen that a lot.
I like that one. I like that one.
But no, though, Sami Zayn. Next, I think there was rumors that they were going to have Sami leave the bloodline like a long time ago, and he was supposed to join forces with KO. But his segments are the highest rated and tuned in, second highest rated tuned into segments of the week outside of the Bray Wyatt stuff. I mean, they're doing it the right way. They are going with who they think should be You know what I mean?
I think they're doing it the right way, but I think it's gonna go. How far are you gonna want to go with this before you make a turn?
I'm gonna make a bold statement, and it kills me because I really, really, really want Cody to win the Rumble. I mean, that is my guy. And when he wins, and hopefully when he wins the Rumble, and he goes to WrestleMania and beats Roman for the championship, um, I will get a T-shirt for sure, absolutely, 100%. I'm a Cody Rhodes guy, but I don't see that happening now. How over Sami Zayn is and how over the storyline is, I can honestly, I can see them saying, "All right, we're gonna ride this out. We're gonna keep going with it. Sammy will win the Rumble, and then similar to Randy Orton winning the Rumble when he was part of the Wyatt family, they're gonna do something along those lines of, well, you know better to try to take me on, blah blah blah, and then Sammy's gonna be like, you know what? I'm not feeling Uzi anymore, and I'm gonna take you on. And it's gonna be, and then things, and then Jay's gonna come in here, and Jay's gonna come in and be like, see, motherfuckers, I told you, he ain't no good, he ain't one of us. And be completely honest with you, this is the only time that I've agreed with a lot of people on Wrestle Talk. Sami Zayn, even, I mean, it's great for the storyline, but he should not be part of that group.
100% agree. I think that's
he doesn't belong there. But
weird.
It's uncomfortable, but it's funny.
It is funny, but that's what I'm saying. Now now what happened is now you got this storyline so deep.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of it?
Whoever's in on our Twitch channel, give us a shout out. Be like, hey, what's up? I'm here. Let us know who you are. And if you got any questions or anything you want to talk about, throw them in the comments. We'll be happy to get to you.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's weird, it's awkward, and I don't know how they're going to get out of it.
I mean, I just wrote it for you, really. I mean,
that's what have to be.
So we're gonna keep going with the not feeling not so oozy and getting those kind of breaking things, and some. I mean, there's no out unless Jimmy. Well, is it Jimmy or Jay?
Hey.
Unless Jay gets kicked out.
Think that'll happen?
I hope not.
Okay, so now you went 2 years with that, like, in my opinion, one of the better tag teams, and you're going to destroy it as some ginger head being a jackass.
Gingers don't have souls?
They do. I didn't say that. Don't read into that. I'm just saying he's a ginger. I don't know.
Sami Zayn, I wish Sami would go back to the NXT stuff, like how he performed then. I liked Sami in NXT. The NXT stuff. I mean, they lost me a little bit on Sami when he went into the whole conspiracy theory, and now he's with the Usos. It's funny and it's fun, but you're almost, I don't want to say it's taking away credibility from the bloodline, because they're kind of turning comedy at this point. But I guess I kind of see why they're doing it, because Roman's beat the shit out of everybody.
Right.
You know, he beat the shit out of everybody, so now they have to bring in celebrities for him to beat the shit out of. Because he took out Drew McIntyre. He took out Kevin Owens. He took out Seth Rollins. I think that's why I was really, really, really hoping that it was going to be Cody Rhodes. I think that's your white knight. I really do. I mean, Roman took out Brock. He took out Bobby Lashley. So it's, I don't know. Took out Goldberg. I mean, I could take out Goldberg, really, but that geriatric fuck.
Goldberg, you hear that? We'll tag. I'll hashtag you on channel. My brother calling you a fascist fuck.
I didn't say fascist. I said a geriatric.
Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Dude, I can hear his knees click from here.
So you know, but yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
Hashtag Sting sucks too.
Hashtag Sting sucks. Well, you know, I don't know, man. I think they're gonna get rid of him in AEW.
Well, he needs to be gone. He should have been gone a couple months ago.
I'm a hashtag Sting fan, so.
Hashtag burying Darby Allin.
Was I the only one that thought the segment between Lashley and Brock was another villain? One that didn't make sense whatsoever, other than the fact that yes, they're going to brawl with Saudi Arabia. And if you notice, watch the tape because it looks so stupid. Because Roman Reigns, or not, but Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring and he's like this, like waiting for his moment to punch or tackle or whatever. He looks so asinine. And then it didn't seem. It was your typical brawl, and they tear him apart, and Triple H gets in his blah blah blah. I don't thought case.
I mean, the whole setting one up in the back where they're in opposite rooms in the backstage, that was dumb. It used to be, when it was good, have one dude sitting across from the other dude at a table.
Yes, in the middle of the ring.
Yes.
Now we got to go backstage segments like just dumb. I wasn't happy last night. I guess I have to say, wasn't happy.
And I love the new Brock though. Like, I love this version of Brock. Like, I'm not a Brock Lesnar guy. There's only been two versions of Brock that I liked. And that was when he did the whole when he told who did he tell? Was it John Cena that he goes, "Welcome to Suplex City, bitch"?
Yeah.
I love that part of it. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, you are one badass dude. And I love this version because he's just an ass kicking machine. And the farmer Brock is my favorite, probably. He just looks. Was he wearing? I can't. I don't know if you can pull that up or not. The T-shirt that he was wearing, I want to say it was like a Megadeth T-shirt, or he was wearing a band T-shirt last night, I believe.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. But this version of Brock, sadly, is probably the best they've had, and sadly, he's probably after this, after Saudi Arabia, probably gone.
Yeah.
So I want to get to Roman Reigns and Jake Paul later on, and that shit. Have an opinion, but can't forget probably one of the best matches last night was against a guy I don't like, and
Seth Rollins and that jackass A-Town.
A-Town, I will never get on board. But Seth Rollins, man, he put that blonde back in his hair. A badass, starting to be more of a badass. And that they went to town. They were throwing bangers. They were off the ropes. They were banger of a match. Probably one of the, I would say probably the best ones. There was again those typical WWE or professional wrestling. How professional wrestling has those close calls, the kickouts, and talk to wrestlers. Oh, they're kickouts. So many kickouts are not. That gets too that gets on
Yeah.
a lot of kickouts. So Rollins had a lot of it was up paced match. I'm glad to see that match. I'm glad to see that Theory did good in the ring. You know, I'm glad to see that was a good match. For my point, I want to make. I want to ask this: Seth Rollins, as the fans chanting his name, chanting his song, and he's supposed to be a heel, and you have Theory, who is an absolute jackass. So, are they going to keep Rollins as a heel, or do you think Ace? Or that was a discussion that we're having on TikTok too. Is it good to put a heel versus heel, or had Seth his turn?
Well, Seth is still a heel because Mustafa Ali is definitely a face, and that's who he's going against over in in Saudi. Um, he came out last week and helped Theory, if you remember right, and that's how the whole thing happened. So, a heel versus heel, it was. I mean, it's not good to do it all the time, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now, do you think he'll turn face after he off Ali?
No, no. Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys that can be both, and I think he plays a better heel than he does a face. I mean, it just comes more natural to him. I think like it. Like you look at the roster though, we are loaded with heels, loaded.
Yep.
And I mean, I guess Brock Lesnar was supposed to be a heel, but the fans just eat his shit up like Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, that's my question. The fans are eating Seth Rollins like that too. I mean, even myself started to like him again.
That's why I swear to all that is holy that if AEW makes MJF a face, I'm done watching. I'm done with I'm Tony Khan right here, right now. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go on record. That will be his biggest fuck up and his biggest downfall if he makes MJF the absolute hottest heel in the business right now. There's no heel that can touch him. If he makes him a heel or makes him a babyface, game over. You will have people going click, click, click.
Oh, you're gonna find I don't want not a good find that some way at that pay-per-view with him and Moxley. That's gonna be a banger of a match for sure. There's gonna be shit that's gonna happen that's gonna make somebody. I don't know. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're right, man. I hope they don't change him to. But
it would honestly, it will be the downfall of that company.
I don't know.
Because you have the best heel in the business, period. And I'm not just saying that because he's my boy. I've been an MJF fan since he debuted. I think he's tremendous talent. On the microphone, he puts on bangers and matches too.
How do you think?
I think they also.
You think he can beat Moxley?
I mean, in the shoot fight, fuck no. If there's shoot fighting, Moxley beats the brakes off that guy. But I think in a work fight, I think MJF wins. I think
with help.
I honestly, and I said that I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I think it's going to be William Regal turning on Moxley.
Does that make Moxley a face then?
Yeah. I think he already is.
You
I think
think
he
so?
already is a face.
Because he could be one of those face and heels too. Like he's almost like a Seth Rollins.
He is the Stone Cold.
Yes, there you go.
He's this era's Stone Cold because he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
But no, one of the dumbest matches also. I mean, there's a lot of dumb matches last. Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. I don't know.
Carl Anderson won his match though, right?
Yeah, he beat Damian Priest, and then of course in true fashion, that group jumped Carl Anderson, beat him. So which brings me, you believe? So we can talk about Charlotte Flair again. The Judgment Day attack. Those. You really think Charlotte Flair is going to be the next person, or could it be Shayna Baszler? Something I'm not even thinking about.
I'm gonna play conspiracy theorist and then hear me out. I'm gonna book Survivor Series, right? I'm gonna book it right now. We're at the end of this month, right? If I'm running the show, you set it up. You keep the rivalry between the OC going. You know, the OC and Judgment Day, they're going at it, and then they have War Games. They have a War Games match, and everything's going. The War Games hot and heavy. You're just beating the shit out of each other, right? And then all of a sudden, you have someone ends up maybe turning a little bit. Maybe he's not going to be part of that group anymore. Maybe Finn Balor decides to, be part of the Bullet Club or be part of the get the band back together. Maybe that's what happens. I think that would be easier than everyone turning on AJ or everyone turning on someone else. I think at the end, I mean, that's how I would book it because I want to see the Bullet Club. I want to see the club. I want to see Finn, AJ, and the Good Brothers run the shit. I want to. But I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. That's how I would book it. I think it would be a lot of fun to see those four guys run together, and I think that would be another match. I think them guys against the Bloodline would be a lot of fun.
You got to keep in mind Bray Wyatt's group.
If he's even a group. Is Bray fighting against himself, his inner demons, or is he putting together a group of 6 people?
I hope.
And who's Uncle Howdy?
I hope they're putting together a group.
I
told you that I have a couple ideas who Uncle Howdy is. One of them's probably way off, and the other.
I think it's Bo Dallas.
I think it would make more sense it's Bo Dallas, but what if it was Randy Orton? Due to the fact that he burnt down the Funhouse, he set Bliss on fire, that Fiend on fire, and it's this way of them keeping him out of action for a while, and then he's gonna come back. That would be cool. He is a dark guy. Hears voices in his head. Just as Monica as probably Bray Wyatt is.
Well, at least we now know that that Gacy will not be part of that because there's no way you're gonna pull him away from Schism right now. And it has nothing to do with. That's why I don't think that there's gonna be Wyatt 6. I think it's gonna be him battling his inner demons because Dexter Lumis is gone now. Like he's not really relevant anymore. Like his segments are shit. I would love to see him do Bo Dallas and Eric Redbeard, and then I don't know, just keep. What if? I mean, it wouldn't make any sense. But what if just out of the blue, Enzo becomes part of the like that?
Yeah, that'd be fun, but
It's not going to happen. I mean, they're just people that are former WWE guys that you can throw in there that's not doing anything. And I will absolutely lose my shit and be not very happy. There's two people, and I know that I know it's never going to happen. Thank God. But if they start thinking about throwing guys like CM Punk in with that, or a guy like Ryback, because he seems to be gaining more and more followers each day on TikTok and shit.
right.
Those guys, I don't know.
I know you brought up CM Punk, and I think you're going to see him back WWE. I know you say no. That's going to happen. I think Triple H will throw him some money that he can't. Huh?
I think it would be a mistake.
Might be a mistake, but I think you're going to. You know, I don't know. The Miz, they kept on talking about his balls and shit last night, and people on TikTok were like, "Stop talking." You know, I don't know. That match was good. Dexter Loomis, let's talk about him. Are they gonna finally? You watched the segment with Johnny Gargano, him saying that Loomis paid by Miz, then Miz couldn't pay him anymore, so that's when Loomis was attacking him.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's another match. You know, I wish they would do something. I wish they would finalize. It would be maybe it has to be at a pay per view. I don't know, but Miz and Loomis need to finally get in a ring, get out.
Well, so I'm going to go back to your CM Punk thing real quick. He's 44 years old. He just turned 44. He's not young. I think it would be a mistake to bring him into any promotion at this stage of his career. I think he's done. Physically, he's done. Because every match that he's been in when he was in AEW, he got hurt, correct? It's not worth it.
He's injury prone. Yeah.
He's injury prone and he's old.
He'd be smart not to do it.
He's old.
Now, I think Triple H would be a brain to bring him in. It'd bring tickets, it'd bring seats, people, it'd sell merch. But for him as CM Punk as a guy, he needs to just step away and say, I did everything I had to do. That set my mark. I
mean, he's the only person.
I did what I did.
Person to win the ROH, WCW or AEW, ECW, and the WWE Championship. He's the only person to ever do that.
I mean, he's as a career, he's done everything. You know what I'm saying, but he's going to sell tickets, and it's going to. So as far as a business standpoint, Triple H would be dumb not to pursue it if it's a possibility. CM Punk needs to be like. CM Punk needs to do what Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers should. Because you're going to make.
I agree with the Tom Brady reference, but Aaron Rodgers still is. Well, who does he have to throw? We're getting off topic here.
But I'm just comparing.
Who does Aaron Rodgers have to throw to? He doesn't have anybody. The Packers threw everything.
I'm just saying those guys need to step away. LeBron needs to step. Those guys, they've done what they had to do. I mean, seriously, Brady's won how many? He was great in college. He won so many Super Bowls. It's time. It's time to just let your legacy go. It'd be done. You put your stamp on it. CM Punk's the same way. Sting, yes, the same way. You need to step out of the ring and done. Got it. You're in the books. You're in the record book. You're gonna be talked about. You're gonna be Hall of Famer. Step away. John Cena, don't come back, please. I'm a Cena fan. Cena, don't come back.
He's doing his thing in Hollywood. He ain't coming back.
The Rock. We all talk about The Rock showing up at WrestleMania. Rock looks in fantastic. Blah blah blah. What you do? Bring him back, I guess, to end the storyline of the. But that's it.
See, that's the difference between today's talents, or the talents from the 90s and everything, as opposed to the ones that just hold on. Because you look at the guys that were from the late 80s, early 90s, the Stings, the Ric Flairs, the Hogans, who else is there? All these older guys, and I hope Chris Harris doesn't see this, but he does have another match coming up. Maybe it's time to hang him up, buddy. I'm just saying, like, these older guys, they need to step into the leadership roles and the mentorships. It's okay. We've seen thousands of your matches. It's okay to step away from in-ring performance. It's okay to go back and teach these guys, these young guys coming up, of, hey, this is how we did it. Let's improve on that and do it better. And when you watch matches, you'd be like, all right, that guy trained with that guy. And I can see it in that match. Like, that guy looks like HBK. That guy looks like Sting. That guy looks like Ric Flair. Because they're helping those guys. I think that's how like, when the time comes and the next generation is coming through, and Seth Rollins is like, all right, I'm done. I'm just going to step away and help these guys. And then you start seeing guys move like Seth Rollins, but in a different way. And it just keeps going. I mean,
it is time. It is time for those guys to let everybody make their mark and be teachers. That's it. Be what backstage people should. And I think those guys that you mentioned, a lot of those guys would be great.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think John Cena wants to be a backstage guy. And I don't think The Rock does either. But I think, though, learning how to cut promos from both of those guys, just being able to sit there and be like, all right, listen, I want to learn how to cut a promo. Can you help me?
I think what they should have done with Jake the Snake Roberts, one of my favorite promo cutters back in the 80s. Instead of being a manager of Lance Archer, he could have been teaching guys in the AEW how to cut that promo. Because he had if you watch his promos, they're not like they're.
Trust me.
Amazing to me how good that
guy. My favorite promo guy from that era was Piper.
Yes. Again, I wish
you never throw rocks at a man with a machine gun.
Yes.
So. Or what's that other one? It's the whole when you think you know all the answers, I change the questions.
So I know we're running low on time, man. I know, but let's talk about I guess the topic would probably be your opinion on all those people, actors. So that starts with a C. The name I'm looking for. People like Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Celebrities, yes. Celebrities in wrestling. Celebrities fighting, boxing matches, celebrity, winning championship. Will that be a downfall for he wins that championship? I already made my point about his Logan's brother Jake. Who are you fighting, Jake?
He,
Um,
I don't think it ruins the championship. I don't think it ruins the value of the belt. I think it kind of discredits and kind of diminishes Roman's reign. I mean, he's gone through guys like Brock. He's gone through guys like Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. Like he's gone through the guys that and had just absolute wars. Seth Rollins had absolute wars with these guys in Hell in a Cells, in street fights, in last man standing matches, in just absolute barn burner slobber knockers, as JR would say. You've had that, and he's won. If a guy like Logan Paul comes into Saudi Arabia and wins, I think it discredits his championship run.
credits what he started 2 years ago, walking into that locker room with Paul Heyman sitting there and going, "Let's go." Took all those 2 years to build up this big regime of family bloodline. You guys have reigned over everything. Now you're gonna go to Saudi Arabia and have some. And then, now don't get me wrong, he's good in the ring. He has some punch. I'm not taking.
Then let him go and win the 24/7 championship, or let him win the United States Championship after Seth Rollins drops it to Riddle or something. Don't a main title is not the thing to be just handing to a celebrity who's wrestled 2 matches. And we talked about MJF. If he turns face, and you're going to hear that button across the country go click, 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 click. If that happens at Saudi Arabia on Saturday, you're going to hear an awful lot of clicks on WWE. They're going to change the channel and say, "Fuck you, we're done." I won't be one of them because I want to see how the hell I want to see who, like, what they do with it.
Is it far-fetched, Matt, based on last night's interaction with The Miz and the comments he was making about Paul, Roman, about helping each other out, blah, 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 and then getting Superman punched by at the end? Is it possible? The only way Logan Paul's going to win. It's the only logical. You're not going to go put him up against Solid. There's no way. It's not even, can't even think about it. So the other way Paul's going to win is if he gets help. Do you think is this WWE's way last night of getting Miz into Saudi Arabia?
The one thing, and hold on, let me look at one thing because
I just think when I was watching it last night, I was like, "This is the way."
Okay, so there's no stipulations in that match between Logan and it's just a straight one-on-one match, right? There's no stipulation.
Right.
Okay. I mean, is it far-fetched to say that the Miz gets involved and Logan Paul gets disqualified?
Possible. Okay, I can see that.
I mean, is it, or the other way around, where Roman beating the shit out of him, and all of a sudden to cost him the win or whatever, you throw the Miz in there and he, or do you, well, you can't do it now. You can't do it that way because Sammy can't make the trip over there because of his religion. But I think Sammy costing him would be the best way to do it. But
I mean, I don't know. Are the Usos still able to come over? Or are they still banned?
I think they're stuck in the United States because one of them. I think one of them's still stuck over here because of.
But no, I mean, or is Paul's brother, is Jake gonna show up? He's gonna be there. You know, Jake's gonna be. Logan Paul's not gonna come by himself.
Oh wait, no, the Usos. They said the Usos going to be there
Okay,
because they got a Uso. They got the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes.
that's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Oh, but now I don't have much more, Matt. If you want to end it by whatever you want to say. We ran through
one more show, guys. We got one more show. Well, I got one more show until I take my little hiatus. So, and we got a couple of people lined up to fill in my spot while I'm gone. One of them will be one of them is Husky. He's a good friend of mine from TikTok. He good friend of the program here, and said he would be more than happy to come in. And the other one is everyone knows him on TikTok, Shooting Star Press, Ryan. And thank you for both of you guys for filling in for the month of November. And message to both of you guys, if you're watching this, don't fuck it up.
Don't get comfortable in that seat either.
Because I am better than you. You know it.
I'm better than you, and you know it.